Hey guys, welcome to this meditation for mums who are feeling anxiety about their babies starting school. So my second boy is about to start prep this year, and I've been feeling really emotional at his kindy graduation. I was all choked up, and then the other day we got his school uniform, and we've been to a prep orientation where we met his teacher and his classmates, and just watching him taking on this big new change. It's hard, it's emotional, and I think even more so than with my elder boy, because I think I know now how fast it goes once they start school. It's like you've got this big long time with them when they're home with you, and to be honest, time can go really slow when you're home all day with kids. And then they start school and it's like zoom. There are all these things happening and the years just seem to be flying by now. Like my eldest is going into grade 3 next year, and that just feels like, didn't he just start prep last week? So I'm feeling very emotional. I'm feeling a little bit anxious about it. And my second boy, I often call him my emotional barometer because he's a big feeler. All my boys are, but he in particular likes to show it. And if I'm feeling angry, he's often in quite an angry mood. And if I'm feeling sad, he often expresses that too. So if I go into the first day of school, the first week of school, feeling really anxious, I know he's going to pick up on that and he's going to take that on board. And so I feel like I really need to work on how I'm feeling about it, because I want to give him the best opportunity to really love school and just to settle in really happily. So I wanted to create this meditation for you because I know I will not be the only one feeling a little bit anxious and emotional at the start of the school year. So whether you have a baby going into prep for the first time, maybe you've got a child starting a new school, or maybe you've just got a child going back into another grade and feeling all the feels all over again. Let's do a meditation together today, and hopefully at the end we feel a little bit better. And just before we get into this meditation, I just want to say this is not about fixing the feelings. This is not me saying you shouldn't feel anxious or you shouldn't feel emotional or sad or happy. It's not about fixing. It's just about giving yourself some space so that the emotions don't need to overrun you. Because I think you can feel anxious, and that's a very normal feeling about your child starting something new. But there's a difference between feeling anxious and having that feeling kind of overrun you and take over what you do. And so that's how I want to approach this today. We're going to try and observe what's going on in our bodies and accept it for what it is. It's a very normal part of motherhood. After all, our job is literally to kind of move through all of this with our kids as they, I'm going to cry, step away from us little bit by little bit each year. Let's just find a comfortable position. You're welcome to sit or lie. Honestly, if you prefer lying for meditations, please do that. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is just simply get yourself comfortable. So maybe that means finding a little length in your spine. Maybe it means having a little wriggle. I'm not going to close the eyes down just yet because I want us to do a little bit of an awareness practice first using the sight. So to start with, I just want you to look around the space that you're in. And I just want you to name the things that you see in your mind. So for me, it might be fan, computer, camera, wall. So I'm not getting caught up in the story about them. I'm not getting caught up in I'm filming, this is something I'm doing, oh, that wall really needs cleaning. I'm just labeling. So can you do the same thing in your own space? As you label these things, you might start to deepen the breath a little. And then I want you to bring your awareness now to your hands. And I want you to look at your hands and do the same thing. So label without getting caught up in the story. So try not to get caught up in the story about how badly you need a manicure. Just notice nails. Perhaps you've got rings on. Maybe notice the lines on your hands. And then I want you to bring the hands and place them over your heart. Find some length in the spine. Allow the eyes to become heavy and let them close when you're ready. I want you to notice the warmth of the hands on the heart. I want you to see if you can breathe into that space beneath the hands. I want you to notice that as you breathe in, the belly fills and then the lungs fill up right into the top of the chest, around the heart, beneath the hands. Notice that the shoulders are relaxed and heavy. The face is soft. And then I'd like you to start noticing any physical sensations in your body. And just as you did when we looked around the room, I want you to label and notice them without getting caught up in the story. So perhaps you're noticing a tightness in the shoulders. Maybe there's a sick feeling in the belly. Maybe you're just feeling an all-round feeling of tiredness. Continue noticing, labeling, breathing. Shift your attention now to any emotions that you might feel in the body and any physical sensations that go along with those emotions. So if you are feeling particularly anxious, where do you feel that anxiety? Is it a tightness in the chest? Perhaps a sick feeling in the belly? Maybe an overall feeling of restlessness, of the jitters, like you need to move and do. Just notice how you feel these emotions in the body. And again, try not to get caught up in the story. You don't need to explain to yourself why you're feeling this. Just notice the feelings and notice the physical sensations they create. And now I would like you to bring a visualization into this meditation. And I want you to imagine your child on their first day of school. Picture them in their uniform, with their bag on their back, which always seems to look far too big on their little bodies. Picture you walking them to their classroom and putting their bag down, saying goodbye to them on their first day. Just allow yourself to sit with any emotions that this visualization brings up for you. Observe the physical sensation in the body. Come back to that full deep breath if it ever feels overwhelming. Just sitting and being present with it. And come now back to an awareness of the physical sensation of the hand on the heart. I just want you to breathe into this space, noticing the love that you feel for your child, how proud you feel of them. Return the hands to the lap. Perhaps find a little more length in the spine. When you're ready to, we're going to open the eyes and come back to that practice of looking down at the hands. Noticing, labeling. And then start to look around the room. Noticing, labeling. And when you're ready, bring the hands to heart. Just going to bow down the head. Finish our practice today, honoring ourselves as mothers. And this sometimes bittersweet and heartbreaking role that we do. Honor ourselves in the process and the practice of letting go gracefully. And giving ourselves the space to feel the emotions that letting go creates in the body, in the heart. Giving ourselves grace and patience in these times of big change, just as we do for our children. Bow down your head. And honor all the hours you've given up until this point to bring your child to this point where they are healthy and happy and ready to start a brand new adventure. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. You can tell I'm feeling quite emotional about this big change, but also positive and hopeful as well. And I think it's okay for all of these things to exist in our body together, as long as we give ourselves some time and space to process them. If you enjoy this meditation, I do actually have a free series for mums. It's called 7 Days to Mama Zen. In this series, you get 7 meditations to help you manage the stress and the overwhelm of motherhood, but also find your place within it. I was really lost for the first couple of years and made no secret about the fact that yoga really is my saving grace, and meditation is a big part of that. So I'll leave the links below if you want to go and check out that series. Like I said, it's completely free. Otherwise, best of luck as you go into the first couple of days and weeks with your baby who is starting school or your child who is starting a new school. Look after yourself, give yourself as much grace as you need.